Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love. They love reacting to some death battle.
Yes, we do.
So this death battle, we're checking out some more Pokemon and some more Sonic. We got Mewtwo versus Shadow. And so if you want all of our reactions for this series, then go ahead and check out the description of this video for a playlist for all of our death battle reactions. And if you want early ad-free access, then check out Patreon. We got a link down below, description of this video.
Yeah.
Ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another, whether they're a superhero or a plumber.
But these two are literally built to show up the rest of their kind. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand new life form which would change the world.
That's great and all, but he had something else in mind.
Fuji hoped his experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness. Because science!
But before he could finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
And he named him Mewtwo.
Yeah, Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash, you know you're a master of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Told you 1,000 times, Wiz, you're not gonna alter my DNA.
What are you talking about? I would never do that.
Always watching, Wiz. Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the moon, tears, and, you know, life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may be too mentally traumatic for the still infant Mewtwo, Dr. Fuji's team erased all memory of her. Unfortunately, this left Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With nothing else to
incredibly
do,
sad.
Mewtwo decided to take out all his aggression on all of humanity. Then he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of Pokemon cried, and Mewtwo figured out humans aren't so bad after all.
Mewtwo is one of the most powerful psychic-type Pokemon, defeating its foes with the power of its mind.
Alright, wait a minute. You keep calling him it. Is Mewtwo a guy or a girl?
Well, neither. Technically, it's genderless.
Oh, how does it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for
Even
sure,
sadder.
It's got balls
Doesn't bang.
of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums. Had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability for when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful form of telekinesis. With it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onix flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons his enemies?
No, nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes a-knocking, Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is one of the few Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving without the assistance of a trainer. As Mega Mewtwo Y, it gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed.
Making Mewtwo powerful enough to fly into space while carrying a robot bug monster.
Fast enough to breach escape velocity over 25,000 miles per hour, over 32 times the speed of sound.
So, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from dozens of people at once.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse. Like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon's tentacles. Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon Champions team, including a legendary Articuno. It also teleported an entire crater lake from the top of Mount Cana. This lake is comparable to a similar body of water in the real world, Lake Kilauea, which holds over 385 million tons of water.
Wow, that's almost enough power to lift my ex-wife on buffet day.
Being a psychic Pokemon, Mewtwo is Ghost and Dark-type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah, yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
I was not born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, like diet and exercise, cause fuck that.
In Professor Gerald's case, specifically for his granddaughter Maria, who was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Oh, so that's why these two
Now
are
that I think about it,
teamed up.
Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form? You get a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet. Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
D-bad.
Now, on
D-bad.
the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts. And with the power of Chaos Control, he can warp through space and distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the space colony Ark's collision with Earth,
Unlimited
and to teleport a
endurance.
giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form, Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair.
Damn.
Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is, and even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
I did Mewtwo for $5.
I did Shadow for 10.
Ooh. Okay. Why'd you choose Shadow?
Because he's a hedgehog. Honestly, with this, they both seemed crazy powerful.
They did. They did.
I'm like,
That's why I only bet $5.
you know, toss of a coin. I'm like, it could go either way, I think. So I basically just went with the loyalty of having watched the Sonic movies and So he's a hedgehog.
We saw Mewtwo in Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
That's true.
He was in that.
That is true.
Or they were in that because yeah. But I don't really have a great reason for saying Mewtwo either. Just the fact that I don't know. I feel like maybe the world of Pokemon might be on a scale level bigger than Sonic the Hedgehog. But I don't know. I mean, like I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow ends up winning. So just went with my gut, I guess, on this one.
I was literally like, I had the pen over the paper and did not know what I was going to write until I started writing something.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Shh. Ooh. He in the shadows. That's his thing.
Get away!
You are not welcome here. Leave this place.
What's your problem, freak?
I know not its name, but it is black, red, and very annoying.
Ooh. Nice. From Mewtwo doesn't even look like they're breaking a sweat. Ooh, giant spoon!
This'll stop you!
Another
Spoon
gem?
Man.
What's he doing?
Chaos!
I must know. No!
Control!
Oh, damn. He's not messing around. Going Super Saiyan right away.
Good try, monster, but you're done!
He was really Super Saiyan.
Too much.
What?
No, it's too fast. There's
Well, let's
no way it's
say. I'm like,
over.
you killed him already?
No way.
Chaos!
Not this time.
Blast him.
Control!
Did you chop his head off?
Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
Oh, killed with the spoon. Oh! Damn.
You know, Wiz, when we started Death Battle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah, Shadow may have had the advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like Chaos Control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow
Fair.
Yeah.
has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow
worst
was
game
gonna
ever.
lose, sooner or later.
The winner is Mewtwo.
So definitely can see much older death battle. In this one it was a shorter fight, but I mean, death by spoon. That's still pretty creative.
I'm so sad for the little hedgehog.
Yeah, I know.
Even though, I mean, in the world of Sonic, he is the dick hedgehog. But like, he also has a reason. Like,
Yeah,
the girl died right in front of him. I mean, it's sad times all around. but I think he deserved a better end than going out by spoon.
Yeah, at first, like when with the mine, like I thought he sliced his head open. I don't know, like I get
So did I.
Mortal Kombat on the brain. I expected it to slide off and just like his brain explodes or something.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been playing that game too much, I guess.
Yeah, we're going dark and twisty.
Yeah.
So are you fully caught up? Have you taken the lead?
So because you bet 10, I have now taken the lead. You're at 265 and I'm at 270.
Okay.
Back on top, baby. Back on top. Not gonna relinquish control this time. Although next week I probably will. Or 2 weeks from now, because we're doing it every other week since we're doing Epic Rap Battles of History in between. Yeah. So still got a few months to go. There's plenty of time. 265 for Bethany, 270 for me. I just thought it was worth repeating since I'm in the lead again.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments, and suggestions for more death battles to check out. See our playlist for all of our reactions, and thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Death Battle, but you keep in mind
That our reaction is definitely not definitive.